Kenzie Jo.
It's off. Is this blurry?
I feel like I can't see anything. I don't think I need these socks on, do I now?
I don't know why you put them on.
Because I don't want my tootsies in it.
Well, I thought it won't be in it.
Yeah, but you might have lied.
I don't lie. You can start it.
Hi! I'm Tegan and Rowell.
Kenzie Jo Rowell.
And we're sisters! I'm joking, this is not what we're gonna be like.
Probably yes. I'm crying. Right, so we asked Hef and Olivia like questions, so we're going to be taking 5 questions from what Olivia said, and then for like each of us asking each other questions to like sort of like introduce. I'm blurry.
Kenzie, you're fine!
Not about. Am I just my vision's blurry then? Anyway, and then so we're going to be asking each other's. So we're introducing ourselves to you basically. Send me this.
No, Kenzie Jo, you just pick.
I can't read your handwriting.
Right, I'll just ask them then.
No, that makes no sense.
What's your dream car?
A Range Rover. Or a Jeep.
Sam. High five.
Right, look at me.
Drunk stories.
Oh, drunk story. What's a drunk story?
You tell a drunk story and then I'll tell a drunk story.
I don't know. I've only really got properly drunk once and I can't remember it. I was paralysed.
You so funny. Well, I didn't even get to see because I was stopping at my friend's
Mum
house.
might have been dramatic, but she literally said apparently I was paralysed in the car.
No, because my friend's dad literally came and he was like, I've just had to take your sister home. I was like, oh God, why is she like really bad?
No,
He
my
was like,
friends.
she couldn't
I
stand.
genuinely think I was like.
I think he had to help you get in the house.
did,
He had
my
to help my
God.
mum.
That hangover lasted 2 days. It was horrendous. I couldn't eat for 2 days. Your turn.
I don't know what.
Because you got drunk so
I-
much
I
time
know,
than me, so you got like a lot
yeah.
more.
I mean, I don't drink a lot, like at all. I used to,
Neither.
like every weekend, you know, when you're in like your little chavvy phase. But then now I'm just, I don't like drinking loads. I think it was like 2 weeks ago I got drunk twice, but I didn't actually like it. I was just like, I drank because everyone else was drinking and I didn't want to feel left out. But then I like had like the weekend after that off because I was like, I'm not doing that. I was really cryy that night, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were really annoying me.
I just kept crying. I don't know
I
why.
just really want to hate you though, because you were just so like.
What's me?
No, but I could just hear you. And I was telling you that, and you're like, I'm telling you. I was like, what the fuck?
That was so funny.
And then I said something to Mum, because she said, don't scream in the car when you say this all the time. And then you went,
Be nice to Mum.
and you started crying, and went, we do love ya. And just started giving her a hug and shit.
I was being nice to everyone. I don't know why you were annoyed. I was being nice to you. Oh, actually, I didn't go at you.
You did.
Because you were being mean to Mum, and I'm like, can you just be nice to
No,
Mum?
I said no. The only thing I said to Mum was because she said, if you get a dog and this guy screaming, like raising a voice, and I went, Mum, you say this all the time, because she does. She says it every single time. Like, we are in that car.
And she's normally the one screaming.
And literally.
Well, that's my recent drunk story, because I can't remember the others. Biggest fear?
Heartstopper getting cancelled.
Dying.
That is 2 different people, right? And clowns. I don't like clowns. They scare me. When we went to the circus, I remember I was actually sat there like covering my eyes. Do you remember when we went to Blackpool? I didn't like when the clowns came on.
You never liked clowns,
I've always hated clowns. Yeah, when you were younger, you hated clowns as well.
Well, I was alright with clowns up until all them killer clowns came out. Do you know that year? We were in primary.
I don't know.
And they were like, oh, like
Scary.
clowns following kids home, and that's when I got scared because I was like, what the hell? Let's talk about boys.
I don't really have anything about it, so.
Huh? Kenzie, you know, swallow, then speak.
Can I drink please?
No, I'm after you. Why do you have your own water over there?
I was going to do something about that.
Oh, I hate when people ask for my water. It really annoys me. I'll share my food. But
I know, I can see. Like, you don't like Dan, barely. You don't like me.
No, I do. I have a go at Dan all the time. Boys, let's talk about boys.
Well, you have a boyfriend. This isn't really a thing.
I know, I don't really have anything to say. What have you had with boys? Like your
I've had
first
one boyfriend
kiss?
for 3 weeks.
One boyfriend? When?
Are you hear him?
Oh, in year 7. Was it in year 7?
What are you on about?
Oh my god! I totally forgot about him. What the hell?
You just
that was
spiked
so
him.
weird.
We
That
literally,
was
no,
weird.
he took it so hard though. Like, no, bless him. But also.
No, not bless him.
No, it is bless him. Because,
Not bless him.
No, but it is. Because you don't know sorry happy. No, he was so sweet. He was just got really boring.
He wasn't sweet. He was an
No,
asshole.
to me he was. And then
Maybe
as soon as we
do
broke
it.
up,
He was a prick.
he spread a rumour. No.
That he basically did something to it in his swing, but no, they didn't even peck.
Yeah,
So-
we didn't even kiss. So
How old were you? Like 13?
14.
40?
It
40?
was only last year, mate.
Was that? That seems like years ago. It was 14.
But yeah,
I'm like, sorry, no. And
Yeah.
I was like, you honestly think people are going to believe you?
They did, literally everyone, even my own friend. She was like, well, no, but like, did you actually, like, you're gonna be my best mate. And
Can you not remember
True.
how I walked up to him? And
I was walking up the stairs in school. This is before I got to school. And I was
like,
walking
show
up the
some
stairs
respect
and I just
for
heard
women.
Tegan's voice screaming. I was like, and I knew it was you. I went, what is going on? I looked back down the stairs and I just saw like the back of you going like this.
I do, I get proper like... Who came over with you? Was it Craddock? I think
I
Craddock
think it
came
was,
over with
yeah.
us and like started being like,
She
well, it's just
started-
disrespectful.
Yeah,
And I was like, thank you, girl.
Yeah, I know. And then I was like, I literally like dragged, I think it was Heidi downstairs. I was like, come on. And like, 'cause I knew it was you, but I didn't know who you were having a go at. And then I just saw his ginger hair and I was like, oh! I remember the exact way. I was just sitting in my bed. I think I was watching something on the TV. And I just got a call. I'm gonna make a fake name for him. It's gonna be
Brian, let's do what Sophia and
Brian.
Shinsia do.
I need a fake name for her as well. Sarah, right? So Sarah is my best friend at the time, and then Brian is my ex who lived with her. Right, so Sarah rang me and she was like, Kenzie, what is this I've been here? And then what's this? Well, Brian's telling me, and I was like, what? And I could hear his voice in the back, still talking, still telling the story. And then I went, Sarah, shut up. And then she stopped talking, so it was FaceTime, so I was like, shh. And then and then Brian was still telling the story to everyone else. I didn't have words. I was just.
Did you not cry? I think I would cry if someone was making rumours like
I
that
laughed.
about me.
No, because I'm not an emotional person.
Yeah.
I laugh in like situations like that because I was so like confused. I was like, what? And then I went put Brian on the phone, and then it's just so weird saying him
I know.
Brian or like this. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then he literally like played to my face as if it actually happened to keep the lie going. Like she went, well,
he's
yeah,
a
do you not remember? I was like, who are you trying to persuade here? Like, are you trying to gaslight me, mate? Like, fuck off, no. I swear straight after I came in your room as well.
You what?
Straight after I came in your room as well, and you went,
Probably.
what's his socials?
No, because I did. You did, because then I messaged him and then he didn't even look. He didn't even like see it. He probably did that
She
thing.
started
you know,
like
where it's like
screaming and going, what's his socials? What's his effing socials?
socials. I don't know.
You said
I
socials.
wouldn't say
You
social.
did.
I would say what's his social media.
No, you didn't. Me and Dan, that's what me and Dan were laughing at, because you were like, what's his socials? What's
His
his socials? And I was
socials.
like, what?
Oh shit! Yeah, Dan was there, wasn't he?
And then I was like, why are you lying for? And then we just had this massive argument over the phone. And then Sarah like took the phone back, and then Sarah's big sister, I'm gonna call her Jessica. And then she was like, and then like Sarah's big sister Jessica was like, but did it happen? And then so was Sarah. And I was like, did you not just hear the massive argument we had? Why would I deny it to his face? And then like Sarah had the audacity to go, yeah, but why would you lie about this?
Because he's a bot.
Because he's a lad, and he's like, he's mad that I wrecked
Well,
his
what
masculinity or whatever.
hurt his fucking male ego.
Literally. So like I felt bad for breaking up with him. Even after that's been like that 3 weeks old. I think that's the most part that bamboozles me. Like he might have really liked me. Like yeah, I get it, but you
I get it.
calm down. What's the next question?
Wait, can you put some of that water in mine? Because
No.
there's no way. Because you're not going to drink all that water, man. Freaking
Yes,
hell.
I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Squeeze it a bit, friggin' hell, man.
Oh, whoa. There we go.
Kenzie Joe, no, you have loads. How many Kens?
Just school.
School, right.
You go first. College.
What about it? Oh, college. Yeah, so basically, I dropped out of college. Yeah, so I was doing hairdressing in college, and then I hated it, so I just dropped out. But then there wasn't anything that I wanted to do, like any other courses or anything. So I just dropped out. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore because it made me kind of depressed. So yeah, I just dropped out, and then now I just want to work because I want to move out and I want to like just make loads of money and be rich and just be happy.
I'm watching a TikTok right now, and this is like sort of topic, but it's like snaps you'd get from Sterniolo if you were dating. Who in the F told you to look that good? You could look that good today. Matt would never say that. Babe, what language was that? Because it shows we're English. They literally made fun of people who said babe in a video once. I had to say this because this is just really like crazy to me. I'm really tired, so when I come over, can we just take a nap? I feel like people would say that. You haven't seen Avatar, I'm coming over right now, get the snacks ready. It's like, I don't know, this is just crazy. People they would not say that. I'd say that anyway. That's crazy.
Right, yeah, now it's Kenzie's turn to explain her
But I don't like
school
talking about
situation.
this. See, I don't even know where to start.
No.
I've always hated school. I always stay off it.
Well, no, I feel like you started staying off like.
No, I've always stayed off though. Like, I didn't stay off much in year 7 because I was always too scared to.
I know, but you definitely. I mean,
I
yeah, you
liked
always
it in
had little
primary.
days off, but
No, I liked it in primary, but then as soon as I got in secondary, I hated it. But like, I mean, like, I always stayed off. I didn't stay off a lot, but I did always, like, every time I stayed off, I just started staying off. Like, I would stay off like I would always stay off for like 1 day every week. Always, like that.
and it started off 2, and then 3.
And then
like,
I
it was like
I
a
was
whole
off.
week.
I was off for more than 6 weeks before it's time to get homeschooled. And then I went in 1 day, absolutely hate. Go away. Yeah, absolutely hated it because my so-called best friend, when she hasn't seen me in
Like over a month.
literally over a month. And when she saw me, I smiled and I went, hi, because I was excited to see her. I hadn't seen her in ages. And then she went, oh, there she is, walked away. No hi, no smile, no hello. I've always said that. Just, oh, there she is, walked away. We need a name for her. Sarah
Jemima.
and Jessica is Tucken.
Tucken.
Tucken. Jemima.
I just said that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
But. And then Jemima, I feel it's so weird calling her Jemima, like in the start anyway. So then Jemima, like we sat down, and then like the lad who was always meeting again, he was being an arse like he always is, which is nothing new. And then they didn't like Jemima didn't defend me, which she never normally really does. So again, there's nothing new there. But then like her like best mate now, who she's replaced me with. Which obviously I was off school for like over a month. I didn't expect to just like not like talk to anyone, but I did expect to like message me and ask if I was okay for like those like 6 weeks while I was off. She didn't.
Or even like making an effort to come see you. Like.
No, literally like nothing. She was like literally, and I tried to talk to her about it. Like I messaged her and I was like why are you being like so dry and everything. So I would message her. I would try to get the conversation going, and she would just like neither pie me or give like okay, yeah, and not even like yeah like the 4 letter like yeah, it's like the W-E Y-E. Lily is the girl who Jemima has replaced me with, and she went, oh Lily, let's go get food, and then not even asking me if I want to go get food, and like they stood up and went to walk away, leaving me with the lad who was a arsehole to me. Like, why? And then I was like, obviously that's a really awkward situation because we don't get along, so it would either turn to an argument or just awkward silence. Either way, I don't like it. So I went with them and I was like, well, wait, I'm coming. And then I hated doing that because it's like inviting myself when they obviously didn't want me to come, but I'm not staying with him because he's an asshole, I don't like him. So then I went, and then they just like spoke to each other. Yeah, have I told you this? How when we were talking in the toilet, and they were asking me loads of questions about like why I'm staying off school and everything like that. And then I was answering them, and then they started talking within themselves, and I was just sort of stood there, and my vision went. It just completely gone. Like
You
everything.
tell me this.
No, if I did. I could barely see. And then I didn't say anything because I don't know, I just sort of stared at one spot. And I have like anxiety, and then so it could have been that. That's what I was thinking, because I think like it happened just after like they were giving me like an interrogation of why I'm staying off school. Which I don't think they meant it in a bad way. They were just asking me questions. And then they started talking to themselves, and then just like everything just around me. And then I just stayed in one spot. And it stayed like that for a few minutes, and then but I didn't move my eyes, so I just stayed at one spot, and then it came back. And I was like, oh, thank God.
And it's no offence, but I don't think I'm gonna put Alice in.
I know, because
you're going in like a lot of like detail.
Well, you told me to.
I know, but not this much.
Well, you tell the story then, because I don't know.
Well, it's not my story to tell.
Yeah, I don't know what to say though, unless I do go into detail how it is.
I'll just go into detail and I'll cut out the bits I need to cut out. Because no one needs to know that you want to go see your teacher.
No, but they do, because she's queen, I love her. And then after that day, I didn't go back to school because no one liked me, and I could tell. Like, you know, like when like you just go, like you could like go to a group of people and everything, and they all just like give each other that look. And like, so I didn't go back to school after that day.
It was just very unwelcoming to you.
Yeah, homeschooled, because it was just so obvious that no one wanted me there. Oh my God, I'm sweating.
But you're getting stressed out.
Yeah.
Like, this woman came out for her, and like she was trying to help, but she wasn't. She was asking like questions.
She was making me more stressed than school would.
And then she was basically trying to like gaslight Kenzie and be like, well, do you think I want to be here on like a nice day like this? I would much rather be in my garden. It's like, that's not gonna make Kenzie feel any better. Like, make her feel like you actually care.
And then she brought my mum into it, and she was like, imagine how this is making your mum feel. Like, imagine how you're not going to school is making your mum feel. Like, this isn't about my mum, no offence. I love her, but this isn't about my mum, this is about me. Like, my mum was
struggling.
My mum's words, I would rather keep her off school than her going into school miserable. Like, that is quote to quote what she said.
Yeah. Everyone around Kenzie just wanted her to be happy and not sending her to school. Because I tried, Mum tried, Dad tried, this strange woman tried, and nothing was, because one, like, I feel like we're both the same. Once our mind is made up, like, you can't change it.
Like, it wasn't even that, it was just like,
but you didn't want to go to school, that was just full stop. Obviously, I feel like this is the best thing that can happen, because I'm not, this isn't me trying to be a bitch, but let's be honest, Kenzie, you probably wouldn't have passed your GCSEs anywhere.
Well, yeah, I've said that from day one, and then Mum's always been like, no, Kenzie, you will, even you were like, Kenzie, you've got to manifest.
Well, no, because you did, but that was too late now. But
no, I wouldn't have failed.
Because Kenzie would have went into year 11, but she's never been good at school. Like, you've just never like had
a good friendship with school at all. Like, I've always hated school. I've always been like stupid as well. Like, I'm not smart.
Yeah, I mean, you're smart in other ways, but just not like book smart. And I feel like that's okay. But I just think like it just wasn't Kenzie's thing, and so she's getting homeschooled, and there's like stuff that she can do to obviously like boost her education, but it's not like set lessons. Basically, she has anxiety. That's the whole reason why she was like not going to school.
Yeah, we could have just said that.
I know it was, but I feel like it was built up from like friends that weren't actually friends, just like all like the drama and like stuff like that. And then
I've been saying to years for Mum that I have anxiety.
Yeah.
She's never like literally since like honestly since probably like year 6, year 7. I've been saying I have anxiety. She's never.
I feel like you've always been quite an anxious child. Like even when you were younger, you were always the shy one. You were always like.
I know I don't know how to speak. Like
you hated speaking to people. Like it was
like I know that could just be shy, but like now being older and like knowing that I have anxiety, it's like, you know, Like but like from a very young age, I did always say, Mum, I've got anxiety. Like I know I do. She never did about it though.
I think I'm really dyslexic and all that, honestly, I do.
Oh, Dad's so mean, man. He was like, Kenzie, I knew that you'd been dyslexic since you came out of the womb. I was like, my friends.
I think we've done my hair. Should we talk about my hair?
But I thought you were going to put that in the school category as well, because you got bullied for it.
No, I'll talk about that in a different video. I can't be asked to talk about that now.
No, talk about your hair now.
No, I'll talk about my hair now, but not bullies. Can't be asked about, like, dickheads. What was the question? How did me having my, like, issue affect you?
No, let's talk about you first, though.
No, because this is fine. I'll talk about...
She's bald, by the way.
I'm not actually bald. I just have a condition.
Oh, no, like...
But I feel like this... Like, my hair needs a whole video in itself.
Yeah, but it's just sat here going, my hair. They're going to be like, what are you talking about?
Well,
she's partially bald.
I have a condition, basically. It's called Clistone syndrome. And, yeah, how did that...
I never knew it was called that.
How did that affect you?
It didn't, really. I got bullied for having a bald sister in primary, because that was the only really thing they could insult me on, because I never really... Oh, my titties, but that's not really a thing.
My titties.
I have braces now. Just watch me in a year. I'll be beautiful. No, but yeah, with having bald sisters, couldn't really pick anything else out.
But did it not, like, make you, like... I don't know, like, what did it make you feel? Like, did you
Nothing.
not think, like...
It's not like a condition that like came on like one day. Like you were born with it. I grew up with it. It's normal.
Yeah.
I've never
So did you not think it was weird?
No. I grew up with it.
Thank you.
Well, no, but I grew up like it. Say if like it just hit you one day and just all of a sudden lost your hair and went bald. Like then maybe I'd be like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
But I grew up. You were born by that.
Yeah.
I was so sad. You
Okay.
said it.
Well, that's that then.
Yeah. How did it make you feel?
Pretty shit for years. I'm alright with it now, but I feel like I've like
Come to peace with it.
Yeah, I've just like I'm more confident in myself. I've like, and I think honestly, in a way, it's kind of a blessing because I feel like there could have been.
Like, I know this is a really off topic, but like you don't have to shave.
I know, but that's not what I'm about, Kat.
No, that's not
Like I probably would have been a whole different person if I didn't have this condition. I feel like in a way it kind of pushed me to be
a good person.
more. No, Katie, shut up. Let me speak.
Sorry.
It pushed me more to be like a bit more outgoing because I didn't want to be the weird girl wearing a wig, like sat by yourself. I wanted to make friends. I wanted to be like a part of like a group. I didn't want to be the weirdo, so I made sure that I was. Like, I mean, I was, but like I wasn't like just sat by myself. I wasn't a loner. It'll all work out for the better, Kens.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, sorry, sort of has. I remember when was it? It was in year 8. I wanted to go homeschooled as well, and I never did. Remember that?
That's actually reminded me of something. I wanted to get homeschooled. I think it was either in year 7 or the beginning of year 8 because I was getting like it was like the older people. And obviously, like, I'd, like, come in and the people had, like, started finding out about my hair and that. And then, like, I'd, like, started getting, like, picked on a little bit. And I was just like, yeah, I don't want to be, like, in this school anymore. Yeah, but I don't like saying the word bully because I feel like it's gotten, like, so...
No, it has, like,
abused for, like, weird reasons.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. But that is the correct thing for you.
Well, no, yeah, I was.
And yes, I didn't.
So, yeah, I wanted to get homeschooled, but then I'm glad I didn't because, obviously... I made for my friends and like well I wouldn't be where I am right now if I got homeschooled. Yeah, oh my god, I literally wouldn't. I wouldn't have a boyfriend. I wouldn't have like my clothes. Yeah, I wouldn't have a best friend. Because I only met Olivia in year 10, so imagine if I got homeschooled, I wouldn't even know her. I wouldn't have went to college.
I'm glad I didn't get homeschooled in year 8 because then I wouldn't have.
I feel like you've
had the memories.
Yeah, you've made good memories.
But I've also. But it's also like if I did get bullied, I mean if I did get homeschooled in year 8, I also wouldn't have had to go through what I did like a few months ago.
Because
it made me get closer with my family, well closer with you I would say. Like we were already really close, but I think it did make us get a little bit more closer. Because
I feel like, I'm not going to lie Kent, but I kind of always like thought I was the child with the issues. Like, do you not understand? Well, no, I was, but do you not understand what I mean? Like, I was like the one with anger issues, and like, shit like that when I was like younger. I was obviously the one with like the hair problem. I'd been the one to get bullied.
Basically, everyone
stuff.
expected you to be where I am now. It was always...
No, but I wouldn't even say it's that. It was just like, well, you would always like go out with your friends, and obviously, yeah, you would argue and like have issues, but I just never thought that would like think. So I feel like in a way I kind of related to you and like could understand you a bit more better, because I just kind of always thought you were like perfect. And then, no, like, do you not get what I mean? Like,
I know,
you never had
I
any major issues. Like, I mean, yeah, you got anxious and that, but I mean, like, you were good. Like, you had like a friendship group, you had like the things, like no one was particularly really mean to you like every single day until they were, if you get what I mean.
No, but they were. That's the thing though. I just never spoke about it.
Well, exactly. I just thought you were alright.
I just thought you were alright.
But then I feel like when that happened, obviously, I feel like you came to me and I understood you a bit more, and like, I don't know, I feel like we just bonded because we both have issues, we both fucked up.
We both have issues.
Right, okay, what's one thing that you've never told me?
I don't know. There's definitely things, I just can't really think of them. Oh, when I'm sweating.
You used to like not tell me the names of like the boys that you had crushes on.
Well, no, but
And
that's
it would
just
be so annoying
No, but
because
that's
I
just-
would tell you.
No, but that's just me having trust issues.
I'm your sister.
I don't care.
I feel like you've always been quite private about boys though.
No, I have. It's because I don't. I think my worst fear is them finding out that I think that's so embarrassing.
In what world would they find out but from me?
Well, no, I don't know. It's not you. I just didn't really tell anyone because I don't know.
I think I've just told you everything. I don't really have secrets. Like at all.
I know. And even if she does, I find out everything before her and her boyfriend started dating. I knew even before they started dating.
What do you mean? Before?
Because you were on that ride, and you said that was even before you had like the little situationship.
That was when it started.
Yeah, and I knew it straight away as soon as it started. As soon as you, like, I've seen you like talk to lads, sit next to lads, and I've never been like, oh, like what? I've always been with the friends. But for some reason, as soon as I saw you done, like you just weren't even looking at each other. So it's not even like, oh, that love in their eyes, I can tell by their eyes. It was the way they looked at each other. It wasn't even like that. They were on a ride. What was it? The wall side. They were on the wall side.
This arm,
and no, but it wasn't on me.
It
No,
was
yeah, because
like
I could see his
me.
hand on the other side, and it wasn't that again. Because like that's normal. Like, you know, like lads just do that. They're like, ugh, you know. But yeah. Anyway, but it's just like. I just sort of knew, like as soon as I saw it, I don't know, it was just the sisterly instinct. I was like, and as soon as she got off the ride, I was like, who's he?
Biggest lie you've told each other.
I don't lie.
I know, I don't lie either.
I mean, I lie to my parents, but not to you. That's like,
Yeah.
I think you're like one of the people.
Olivia's
I
came
don't like
up with shit
this.
questions.
Bless her.
What's our favourite memory together?
Together?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say my favourite memory, but when we were together,
When?
but it wasn't. I don't really think it's like the memory is when we got Spiral Piper. That's my favourite memory, but I wouldn't say it's like my favourite memory with you, which is my favourite memory of my entire life. I mean, it was with you because we just had the bath and we just looked at each other and we were like,
I know,
And
it's
then
it was a cute moment, wasn't it?
yeah. I wish Mum videoed it. God, having old parents is such a.
I feel like it's so hard to pick one. Because we've literally grew up together.
Yeah.
I think one of our funniest ones that we always laugh about is when we were like trying to, I think we went on holiday in Scotland, and we were like on this hill, and we were like trying to make a handshake or something, and you somehow she managed to pull my hair, obviously by accident, but she was terrified of me when she was younger. She pulled my hair up by accident and just went, oh my god, I'm sorry, and ran into the caravan.
No. You went in the car and I ran down the hill. I ran down
Oh,
the
did
hill.
you? Oh, you
I ran
did?
the opposite way.
I just shoved my hair back on the fridge. She was like, the back. But there was like other cars around. I was like, oh my god, this is so
It was in a
bad.
caravan
And I
park.
just ran. And then she snuck in the camera. I was like, Tegan, I'm sorry. And I was like, wasn't I laughing? I don't even think I was that angry. I think I was just
No,
like,
you weren't, but it's just because honestly, I genuinely thought she was going to come chasing after me and like crack my head open. I sprinted so fast down the aisle. It's the younger sibling. They're just scared. I'm scared.
I feel like you're still scared of me.
No, I'm a little bit.
Oh, when I punched you in the head and you got that. This was only like a year ago.
That's what I thought you were going to talk about, and then you said a hill in Scotland. I was like, what?
No, I punched because she'd actually said something about my hair.
This was my like.
We were really arguing in the car, and then she turned around and she was like, she basically said something about my hair.
This was like my bitchy era, really.
And
was.
then I was like, have you just fucking heard what she said, ma'am? So I stormed in the house after her.
But can I say my plan 2 seconds on? I went in the house and I had 2 options: to go in the bathroom and lock the door, or to go in the dining room and where my dog would protect me. And the one time that I needed her to protect me, she didn't.
She knew not to get in my way.
She did when in front of me, just like barking at you.
I didn't pipe my fuck off. I obviously came storming in after her. She was like sat on the like dining room chair, like trying to stroke and Piper. Piper was like, Piper just, she ran away, didn't she?
She did.
And I just came and I was like, how the fuck do you think you are? Like, so we started arguing again, and then I think, how did we start actually physically fighting?
No, I did not physical fight. I rolled in a ball trying to protect myself.
And I just went, poof! It wasn't even a slap, it was a full-on punch in the head.
I had a bump out here.
Oh my god, you know what, I'm going to try find the picture. No, I'll try find the picture and put it in. I was like, and then I realised what I'd done. She started crying. And I was like, oh my god,
I didn't cry
so
though.
sorry.
Like, when you hit me, I didn't cry.
You did. No, you did cry.
Did I?
Yeah.
I thought I just started that good.
No, you did cry.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my god. And then but I also think, because obviously I
think I stopped crying quite fast though when Mum came in and she was like, I'm going to tell your dad.
Yeah, because I didn't want to hurt, but I was also really scared of what my parents would do. Because then, so I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And then like my mum came in and she didn't even tell you off for what you said to me. That was shocking. That was. And then she was just more bothered about the fact that I punched her. And
then she was like, I'm going to tell your dad, I'm going to tell your dad. And then she goes
like, no,
don't tell my dad.
And I was like, you cannot tell my dad.
But I went, no, this is what happened. Because like he walked in and then my mum, like she opened it, she was about to say it and I jumped in before she could. After she just punched me in the head, thanking me. And then,
that is one thing about us. Yeah. We could be fighting like in the biggest fight ever, but if it came down to it, we would defend each other still.
And then he went, what happened to your head? And then my mum was going to say what happened, like that she punched me in the head. And then I went, I was walking and I hit my head off the door handle. I don't know why I said door handle, but
thank God he got a drink because he believed it.
And then we went to the living room and we were just sort of creasing about it like 10 minutes later.
Another thing we do is that because we started arguing with Mum. Because me and her were at each other's throats, literally, and then Mum started like having a go, and then we both turned on Mum.
Like, it's like stimulating, like you can tell us off and like whatever you want, but just don't get involved in sister arguments.
No, I know. Like, I've always said, and they never listen. Because then we always, so if me and you are arguing, let us argue because we will be fine. We'll
literally be laughing.
One of our parents get involved when we're arguing, pick sides. I'm gonna be in a mood with you for hours.
Yeah.
Like,
and also
it's not worth it.
We will forgive each other by having a go at them.
Yeah.
Like that's the way that we're like, okay, right, fine, now let's go.
Yeah. Right. That's just the end of the video.
I need the toilet.
But we'll say bye because we're ending the video now.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.